Today's video is about how to do still life photography. Still life photography is a lot of fun. It can be relaxing. It can be something really creative. You can have a lot of fun with your hobby and then photograph it. First, it starts up with a concept, gather up a few of the main items, and then you're going to put it on a countertop or a table or put it on a windowsill and take all your pictures and rearrange and reorganize and do it and shoot all different kinds of angles and different kind of combinations. And sometimes it's good to add in one item that doesn't really fit. That kind of adds like a little bit of interest or even a little bit of tension. It's like, what's that one doing in there? Still life means nothing's moving in there. It's supposed to be still, stagnant. When you do your still life, before you even do anything, you're thinking about what you want to do. So one item or two items might say, I want to take a picture of that. Then you think of a theme and put all these things together. And when you get your theme, it might be a color or it might be a concept or it might be a holiday, like my Halloween one. Take all kinds of pictures and shoot it from this angle and that angle and move something that's on the left over to the right, or take something out or keep putting things in, and just be creative. That's the important part, is be very creative and have a lot of fun. And when you're working for yourself, there's no boss saying, hey, you got to do it like I tell you. You might be a person that collects postcards. I have also a big postcard collection, and I've had a lot of fun doing the still life by adding some postcards in with my stuff, or sometimes a poster or some kind of interesting background. So you can have a lot of fun putting all those together and taking photos of them. It can be very interesting sunlight, whatever kind of light you want it. It doesn't really matter. But what matters is do something you enjoy, have a lot of fun. There's a website I go to where people from all over the world post their photos. It's called 500px.com. And there are people from all over the world there that I follow, and people from around the world follow me. And there's one woman from Europe. She does these beautiful photos. And she does a lot of them with a vase of flowers and a bunch of fruit and very interesting lighting. And sometimes she has some, like a teapot or something in there. Really enjoy her work, and it's always interesting to see what she's up to next. You know, still life goes back longer than the existence of photography cameras and film. It goes back to the old days of painters. The painters would get out their palette and their paints and their brushes, and they would paint something that they have assembled. And once they had it all assembled, they didn't go click and take a picture. They had to spend time, and they would paint a beautiful still life. I found a still life photo that I did a few years ago, pretty simple, but it has a lot of meaning to me because it's the camera that my mother had, and when she passed away, I inherited this old box camera. I put that old camera there, and I put some black and white photos that she took of me when I was a baby, and then some little knickknacks, because she collected little knickknacks of dogs. So it's just kind of a simple photo, but for me it has a lot of meaning because that's my mother's camera, my mother's knickknacks, and photos that my mother took of me as a baby. So have a lot of fun, think up some ideas. It can be a rainy day project. Sometimes you're stuck in the house. It's too hot, too cold, too rainy, whatever. So it's something you can do in the house. When I was looking through my photos, trying to gather up some of my still lifes, I realized that I did a lot of them in January and February. That's because I was stuck in the house. And when you're done, you got to put it all away and then look through your photos. And you might say, didn't like anything today. And maybe you'll come back later, a week or a month later, and try it again with better results. So when I was really young, I got myself a 35mm camera, And there were days when I would go get the camera and take a walk, and I'd say, well, let's see what I can find to take a picture of. And sometimes you didn't find anything. So around that time is when I first started doing still life photography, and I've been doing it ever since. The main thing that I take pictures of nowadays is old cameras. I just love taking pictures of old cameras. That I put 12 of them together and made myself a calendar. Another thing was wrenches. I like the old wrenches. There's something about the metal texture, and it's a tool for making and fixing. So one time a few years ago, I got out a black cloth and I laid out a bunch of wrenches and took all kinds of photos of them. And I kind of liked it, but I came back again later. I don't know if it was weeks or months, but I found I wanted a rusty background to lay them on. And I was doing some work out in the yard, and I noticed that my wheelbarrow on the inside was all rusty. So I used that as my background. I laid the wrenches on that rusty background, and that was a lot of fun. So thank you very much for watching my video today about how to do still life photography. There'll be more videos to come in the future. Gotta put it all away. But anyhow. That's it. Boink. Today's video is about how to do